I just watched the first 2 episodes of Twin Peaks I have watched in 25 years. And it was everything I've ever hoped for and more. I'm talking to you from a pantry. Not the restaurant, the pantry. That would be nice. It's just a pantry. I'm wearing my Tool t-shirt because David Lynch is a Tool fan. Absolutely a Tool fan. Either that or whoever did his design, his creature design, is a Tool fan. Either way, twice during the first 2 episodes, I started singing Schism because it looked to me like it was a Tool video. He's bringing in these nightmarish looking things, and I'm like, and that looks like it's out of a Tool video. And that looks like it's out of a Tool video. This is a good thing. I'd been concerned that there'd be too much swearing. A few F-bombs, yes. Too much swearing, no. When Fire Walk With Me came out, the movie, part of the reason that it didn't resonate with fans is it was so gratuitous in its violence, in its sex, and in its swearing that it felt disconnected from the rest of the universe of Twin Peaks. In my opinion, anyways. Tonight's episode was a nice, we'll push it, but we won't push it too far kind of thing. Now, I'm in Canada, it's on the Movie Network. And I know it's on Showtime in the States. It's on Crave TV in Canada too. Those first 2 episodes should be up on Crave TV. I'm pretty sure they'll be up tomorrow. I like that David Lynch didn't release any footage before the 2 episodes tonight. I like that they didn't tell us anything that was going to happen because it was perfect. And what we find out is that the world over the last 25 years has kind of been waiting for something. That everybody's kind of still at their positions waiting for something. And I don't seem to be aware of it. Seeing Ben Horne made me think, wait, I thought Doc killed him at the end of the last episode. I watched the last episode of the original series today to prep myself for tonight's episode, and it didn't help. Jerry Horne is an admitted druggie and has a hydroponics setup. Thank you. It was hinted at in the original series. I don't remember it being actually explicitly pointed out, but it makes a lot of sense with that character that he would be using some hefty drugs. Because there were a lot of things he said in the original series that just, no matter how many times you watch an episode, didn't make any sense. Now, Yvonne watched the first episode with me. She passed out before the second one because she's fighting the same bug I've had for the last week. She didn't understand anything she saw in the first episode. Now, I recorded both episodes, so I'll watch the second episode with her. And some of what happens in the first episode is explained by the second. But not much. But the first episode, there's stuff that happens in New York, there's stuff that happens in South Dakota, and then there's stuff in Washington. Now, for fans of the original, Buffalo, Portland, and Twin Peaks. I was the biggest Twin Peaks nerd. Absolutely. I had the Town Guide to Twin Peaks, that book. I had the both the audio of Dale Cooper, so all of his tapes to Diane. I had his autobiography, which had some fantastic moments. It was so cleverly written. I had Laura Palmer's diary. And, I admit I was a total geek for all things Twin Peaks. And then what happened was the show got canceled. And it became obvious after that last movie that was it. And I think what got me was they said, all right, show's been canceled, we're going to make a movie. And I'm like, okay, good, because you guys left me on a horrible cliffhanger there, and I'm going to be glad. Wait, the movie's about the murder of Laura Palmer. We know who killed Laura Palmer. We know what happened that night. Why are you doing this to us? Lynch was building dramatic tension. He spent 25 years building that dramatic tension. You know what? It was kind of worth it. Seeing the log lady in failing health, whether the actress actually is or isn't, powerful. Seeing Hawk back at it, powerful. No sign of Sheriff Truman, but he's mentioned, which I thought was kind of weird. And clearly Hawk's in charge. And there's a lot of really cool stuff going on in this. They haven't shown Audrey yet. Of course, Audrey died in the last episode, but so did Ben Horne. So I know Sherry Lynn Fenn's in this, so Audrey's showing up sometime soon. Cooper's in limbo, literally in limbo right now after that second episode. The music, it sounded to me like it was written by David Lynch again. That Lynch is writing the music that's featured in the show, and the haunting theme that was at the end of the second episode, I'm so getting that on my Spotify. That's my song. I'm gonna love that song for a long time. I had the Twin Peaks soundtrack. I used to play it a lot. I used to annoy people that I'd walk around snapping my fingers and doing kind of the dwarf walk, which is dangerous when you're short, because people will go, you picked the right character. And I used to try to sound like the Giant, but I could never get my voice to sound like his. And the Giant was in this, the dwarf was not. I'm pretty sure the actor who played the little man from Another Place was the technical name for the dwarf character. I'm pretty sure that actor passed away. So, it was funny too. They mentioned that Laura Flynn Boyle wasn't going to be in this. Well, Laura Flynn Boyle, who played Donna in the original series, she wasn't in the movie either. She wanted nothing to do with David Lynch after the series. So the idea that it's a revelation that Laura Flynn Boyle wouldn't be in this, it's not. And the character Donna, honestly, in the series was pointless. Which brings me back to James. I haven't mentioned James. That's because he's pointless. They have a nice moment here, though, where Shelley says that James has always been cool. I'm not sure whose opinion that is. I spent the entire original series thinking James was an idiot. He always made bad decisions, sometimes got people killed, and usually just rode off on his bike like a coward. And all the women wanted to jump him, and I just didn't understand it. I was like, okay, he's got the leather jacket, good-looking kid and a bike, but he's an idiot. Anyways, but it's an interesting storyline they've got going. There's all kinds of interesting storylines they got going. Pretty excited to see where it goes from here. And the doppelganger of Cooper running around and causing havoc, very interesting. And the relationship between the doppelganger Cooper and the Black Lodge is very interesting. And I was very surprised to see the one-armed man. That was another actor I had thought had passed away since the series originally showed. So it's nice to see them around. And it's nice. It was nice to see Cheryl Lee reprising the role of Laura. They've all aged 25 years. They don't look like they did 25 years ago. Neither do I. This is just what age does. And I'm really quite happy with the fact that it feels like we're just diving back in. And Lynch has added enough new twists that he's kind of taken wasted time out. One thing that people used to get mad at with the original Twin Peaks series is that you'd have a 5-minute scene where nothing was said and nothing would happen. It'd be an old guy shuffling back and forth and asking if you wanted coffee, asking if you wanted gum. Just repeating the same phrase over and over and over again. I got it. It's almost like Lynch was giving people a test. Like, if you're going to watch this, you're going to watch all of this. And if you're a fan of mine, I'm going to make this scene worth it with what happens next. So this is going to be a test for you. And I passed every test. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please avoid spoilers for people who haven't seen it. And if you haven't seen it, go watch it. Please go watch it. Twin Peaks is absolutely, and I said this during my Doctor Who review earlier, yeah, it's the greatest show on television, probably ever. And the fact that they never answer every question makes it just fantastic. So, very impressed. Good performances all around. Great script. There were a couple of scenes that I thought were kind of wooden, but then they're explained later. So it's not that the acting was wooden, it was that something was off. You go back and you go, oh, okay, that's why that was off. That would explain it, and that guy's now dead. All right, that's interesting. All right, cool. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way around. I'm going to be posting a lot more to this channel now that both Twin Peaks, yes, and Doctor Who are showing episodes every week. And in June, which is only a month away, Orphan Black comes back. So my television is just going to be awesome from here. So as hockey winds down, my other channel being all hockey, TV's winding up. So let's get this channel off the ground, shall we? Yeah, thank you very much, and I'll talk to you all again soon.